The moon is something that is constantly moving through 8 different phases, roughly every 29 and a half days. What some may not realize, though, is how important this cycle can be to orienting and organizing your manifestation schedule and routine. The phase that the moon is currently in can really impact your thinking, your day-to-day life, and what is heard when you are manifesting / when you maybe shouldn't be as much. Today, I have broken down each phase of the moon cycle, phase by phase, and come up with one keyword to be best representative of the themes of that phase and what we should be focusing on. I want to work with you all to show you guys active manifestation techniques that you can use for each moon phase so that you can be better equipped to be more self-aware and have better goals and intentions coming into a new month. Let's begin. Up first, we of course have a new moon. The new moon is representative of the word manifest. This is where we see our stereotypical idea of manifesting on a full moon or a new moon. The new moon marks a fresh start. A lot of people compare the moon cycles to the idea of planting a seed and watching it grow into a plant over time. So think of this new moon as the seed being planted into the ground. It's the first step. We're at the baseline, we're at the foundation, and we're building up our energy and our manifestations. During this phase, you want to be crystal clear on what you're looking to manifest moving forward. You always want to make sure that you have your intentions clear and your desires set, and that everything is written down or thought about, whatever you prefer. Here are some practical steps that you can use during this moon cycle. I recommend creating a manifestation journal because you can use that for this cycle to write down what you would like to manifest. It's important to visualize your goals in detail, and you want to talk about them in the present tense as if it's already happening. Even performing a new moon ritual like using moon water or lighting a candle can be a really symbolic way to symbolize this new beginning in your life. The next phase that we have is the Crescent Moon. Crescent Moon is representative of the word learn. The Crescent Moon is the learning phase in the moon cycle. We've set the intention, we know what we want, but now we're digging into how we get there. Think of this phase as working to lay the foundation and not just picking the plot of land, for example. You really want to focus on what you need to be learning to bring this manifestation to life. So digging in, doing research, figuring out what resources and tools that you need to make that happen. Because you are learning so much during this time and in taking so much, it's important to remember that it's normal for doubt to take over and occur, but it's something to just work through. Doubt is going to be normal in any new situation or adventure, so just learning to channel that positive energy instead is what we really want to focus on in this time. Here are a few practical steps that you can use during the Crescent Moon. You want to read books, take courses, research online, anything you can do to learn about your manifestation and how you want to get there. It's important to seek out mentors or guides that can offer you support as well. Having that influence is so important and so valuable. It's also important to affirm your intentions daily. So think about why you set them, why you're here in the first place, because when that doubt inevitably maybe creeps in one day, you'll remember those key words that got you going in the beginning. Next, we have the first quarter moon, which is representative of the word acclimate. The first quarter moon represents action and acclimation. This is where the foundational part has been laid and the real work begins. So it might be difficult, but it's exactly what you should be doing during the part of a first quarter moon. This is when resistance is going to show up and you're going to be forced to show your dedication and your commitment, which is really, really important. Consistency is key into making new habits form and getting yourself to your goals. This is the phase where we take decisive action because your manifestations aren't just going to fall in your lap. You know that you have to work for them and still be pursuing those goals actively. Here are some practical steps that you can use as well during this time. Off the bat, pick one actionable step that you can take and do it and work towards it right then and there. That'll get you moving, that'll get you up and get your mind active, which is what we want during a first quarter moon. It's important to work through resistance and shape your mind to be used to that. So again, focus on positive affirmations during this time and positive thought loops, and don't talk down on yourself. Don't subconsciously be down on yourself, because that resistance and that feeling of doubt is still super normal. With the Gibbous Moon, we are working to integrate. The foundation has been set, the work is being done, and now we're beginning to refine that work further. This is the time when we are fine-tuning our approach to something and making the tweaks that need to be made. So we're working to make something better than we already have it, and we've kind of worked through that resistance a little bit, so we're starting to hit a bit of a stride. This is also a time when you might receive signs or synchronicities or a coincidence that lets you know that you are on the right path and that you're doing the right thing. This also can show up as a test of patience during this moon phase. If you're doing the work but you don't quite have the results yet that you're looking for, just hang in there. It's all about timing. It will come with time. We haven't even made it through the whole moon phases yet. So if you're feeling like your determination is being questioned, then that's okay. Just keep pushing through. Here are some practical steps that you can take. Reflect on what's working and what needs to change in your manifestation process. Continue taking inspired action, but be aware of your surroundings and be aware of what's going on. Like I said, this is a refinement stage, so we're really paying attention to the processes that we've laid in place for this goal and making sure that it happens. Again, this might be a time when we see synchronicities or just weird things happen to fall into place. So stay open to that and make sure that you're paying attention to being led piece by piece in the right direction. Next, we have the full moon, and the full moon is going to represent clarity. The full moon is the peak of clarity. During this time, energy is really high. You might see parts of your manifestation come true, and you're going to start to see those tangible results that you've been working to garner. If you don't necessarily see your manifestations take place and come to fruition, then this might be a time as well when you see something that needs to shift and it becomes revealed to you. The full moon is really important because what it does is it illuminates. So it's illuminating obstacles and the good things. So if the full moon is showing you something that you should be letting go of, then that's okay as well. It's all about being open and being honest about what this moon phase is giving you as far as advice and leading you in a certain direction. There are a few practical steps that we can especially use during this time to garner our energy the strongest. I always recommend performing some sort of full moon ritual. For example, if you find something that no longer serves you, it could be really beneficial to write that down on a piece of paper and rip it up or burn it or whatever works for you to kind of symbolize the going away of those outdated ideals. It's important to be grateful for what you've manifested so far. So, of course, be grateful and set those positive affirmations and practice gratitude during this time. Like I said, this is also a time of synchronicities and seeing things fall into place. So take note of anything that seems out of the ordinary or like it was meant for you in that moment. Next, we have the Disseminating Moon phase, which I think best aligns with the word realignment. No pun intended, I didn't mean to do that. This moon phase is a time to reflect and practice gratitude for everything that's come to fruition so far. So it's kind of building off of that full moon energy. What have you learned? How is your manifestation involved? Those are things to pay important attention to, because the challenges that you've gone through along the way and the things that you've learned, you may realize that your goals are shifting a little bit, and that's totally okay. So that's why this is such an important time for realignment, because we'll begin to see in a better light what we really want. This is all about a phase of sharing knowledge and getting new perspectives, so be open about how you're feeling, talk to trusted individuals. That's all energy that this disseminating moon wants to see. Some practical steps for this phase include reflect on your journey so far, of course, so journaling prompts and writing things out and practicing gratitude, like I said, are all important tips for figuring out the journey so far and what that's going to teach you moving forward. I also think it's just a really great time to talk to individuals that you trust in your life about your manifestations and how it's going, because with realignment, they may be able to give you a new perspective to kind of send you down a better path or give you a better next step. The last quarter moon is all about reflection. This phase is all about evaluation. Evaluate what worked, what didn't, what you're going to hang on to, what energy you like, and what things that you may need to let go of. The most important part of this moon phase is that it requires honesty, so this may be heavier, emotions may be heavier during this time, and that's totally okay. Do a lot of journaling, a lot of positive affirmations, and practical steps for this include setting clearer intentions after this phase of evaluation and releasing those limiting mindsets that no longer serve you, because with reflection and pivoting, we're able to get back on our journey where we're supposed to be. Last, we have the Balsamic Moon, which I believe represents the word reset. The Balsamic Moon is the phase of resetting. Rest, surrender yourself, allow these energies to settle, and really take a look at this cycle over the past month and how it's evolved. This is where you gather your energy and your inner guidance for your next cycle of manifesting. Some practical steps for this include journaling during this time is especially important, and it's going to get you far. At this point, it's been about a month since we started this whole cycle of manifestation, so there's a lot of reflection, a lot of shadow work to be done. It's also important to start thinking about what may be next, whether it's a whole new venture or just the next step. Of course, it's whatever you want it to be. It's your life and your manifestation. So it's your intention and you get to set that. Be sure to rest during this time as well. It is important that we rest to keep our energy grounded and whole. We don't want to burn out, so we always want to integrate rest and resetting into every cycle in our life. I think that's about it for this video today. I really hope you guys enjoyed. It was fun researching all the moon phases and thinking of words that I wanted to associate with each phase to talk about. I don't know, it was just a fun concept to me and I enjoyed working on it. So I hope you guys liked it too. This was kind of a continuation of my last video, so I highly recommend that as well. I go deeper into manifestation and why I think it works as well as it does. So if you're interested, it'll be at the end of this video. I hope you guys liked it, and I will be back so very soon with a new video. And don't forget to work on each moon phase specifically. And it might be crazy. You might see how your life already is naturally aligning with the moon phases, because that's what I noticed for myself. So, yeah. Bye. Until next time.